All right, more breaking news coming in. Hundreds of vehicles were left stranded after traffic on the strategic 250-kilometer Jammu and Kashmir National Highway and the only all-weather road linking Kashmir with the rest of the country was suspended due to debris from mountains blocking the route at nearly a dozen places between Nashri and Banihal. Well, a team of BJP have arrived at Ramban to make an assessment report of what has happened in the ground. They will prepare a comprehensive report. Jammu and Kashmir Assembly LOP Sunil Sharma has stated that the BJP is very serious about this disaster. We are sure that the central government will provide financial help to the people affected by the landslides. Let's also listen into what was said.
प्रदेश में हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी विपक्ष की भूमिका में है। इसके अतिरिक्त एक मानवता का भी एक सतर रहता है। तीसरा, केंद्रीय सरकार के प्रतिनिधि के नाते, उनके निर्देश के नाते भारतीय जनता पार्टी की एक टीम जिसमें हमारे सीनियर लीडर और एमएलए उधमपुर पठानिया साहब, हमारे एमएलए रामनगर डॉक्टर सुनील भारद्वाज, फॉर्मर एमएलए और डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रेसिडेंट नीलम लंगे, दोनों डीडीसी मेंबर्स जगवीर जी हैं, बहन रेणुका कटोच जी है, हमारे सीनियर लीडर रमेश जी हैं। तो इन सब की लोगों की टीम हम सब यहाँ पे आए। हम एक असेसमेंट, एक जायजा रिपोर्ट लेना चाहते हैं ग्राउंड पे क्या हुआ है, ताकि जो लोगों की अपेक्षाएं हैं, लोगों की उम्मीदें नरेंद्र मोदी जी के प्रति है, भारत सरकार के प्रति है, एक्चुअल रिपोर्ट हम वहां पहुंचाएं। हम दोनों नालाज में अभी यहाँ पे गए, वहां से ऊपर चढ़े, यहाँ से नीचे आए, तो बहुत बड़ा एक डिजास्टर है, बहुत बड़ी आपदा है ये। तो सबसे पहले तो हम ऊपर वाले का शुक्रिया करते हैं कि जानी नुकसान इस नाला में हुआ नहीं है, दुकानें 20-30 गई हैं। 3 लोग इस फ्लड में अपनी जान गंवा बैठे, जिनके प्रति हम संवेदना प्रकट करते हैं, श्रद्धांजलि भेंट करते हैं। उनके परिवारों को और अफेक्टेड फैमिलीज जिनकी प्रॉपर्टी का लॉस हुआ है, ऐसे सारी जानकारी लेके एक व्यापक रिपोर्ट तैयार करके, कंप्रिहेंसिव रिपोर्ट तैयार करके विपक्ष की भूमिका निभाते निभाते स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से जो हमने करवाना है वो करवाएंगे। और केंद्रीय सरकार से, भारत सरकार से जो अपेक्षा रामबन के लोगों को है, प्रभावित परिवारों को है, उसकी पूरी जानकारी नरेंद्र मोदी जी, केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी तक पहुंचा के इन लोगों को जो आर्थिक लाभ करवाना है, जो आर्थिक सहायता मदद करवानी है, वो हम करवाने की कोशिश करेंगे। आपका बहुत
General Bansal, coming back to you, sir. So obviously, you know, if this is something which has happened in multiple occasions, what does this tell you about the reactive system to respond to such problems on a sensitive highway such as this? We've already discussed the security. Is this something also which is going to be brought to the fore when it comes to understanding that it's not only about who all are there in the forward area, but it's also about the movability of resources as quickly as possible?
You have asked a very good question. That the reactive word you have used is very, very important word. Till 2005, there was a reactive management or the response-oriented disaster management, and we used to depend on the foreign aids also. But in 2004, when there was a tsunami, we managed ourselves. After 2005, there was the Disaster Management Act was made, and the Disaster Management Authority was constituted. In that, this NDRF 15 battalions were trained for all natural and man-made disaster. What I want to emphasize here, why there should be a reactive. This is the state government's duty that they must have a disaster management plans. Disaster management plan is one. This is the statutory requirement in the act itself that yes, there should be a state disaster management plan, and in that at various levels, the community level, the district level, the state level, the national level, and if required international level also, there are the well formulated plans are there how it has to be managed. And this reactive approach is not a good approach. Yes, assessment at that point of time, fine. But the experts, that the National Institute of Disaster Management expert team, they made assessment on the basis of 2014 disaster, and September 2014 there was, as I told, that there was a big disaster. So those things has to be taken into account, and state machinery is to be held responsible. Why they allow this? Yesterday also on your panel it was mentioned that yes, this a mandatory distance from the river bank has to be maintained, which nobody is maintaining. They're making a construction there. There is no alternatives ways to divert the water. There is no proper drainage. So all these things has to be taken into account if you really want to minimize the damage. Otherwise, that yes, one disaster has occurred, the roads are blocked, it has to be cleared, the response is given, some money is given, the tents are made. So these are ad hoc things. This need not to come. If we prevent from the very beginning, there will not be loss of life, loss of material, and these things can be managed in a better manner. And specifically, the hilly area of the mountain, they need a very specific kind of attention because the terrain is different over there. There is this deforestation is there. They have to put the trees, and construction has to be made wherever there is any possibility of flood. That area should not be considered for the constructing houses also. This is everywhere. Means once I was in Simla, I had seen myself what kind of construction they were made. There was a much of buildings without any planning. So hilly area is very, very, of course, there is a problem in hilly area that you get a very, very small place for the making construction, very small level place, otherwise the hilly area. But it has to be kept in mind that the constructions and infrastructure has to be properly planned. And of course, the army is to be requested at the earliest because they have got their infrastructure and DRF, of course, they are well trained, but they are not having that kind of infrastructure to or equipment to work in the hill area. So everything has to be taken into account. Lessons should be learned, and they must. I think the people should be held responsible, and there is a planning. I don't know why there is no RTI for such kind of disaster management plan, because this is very well enacted in the Disaster Management Act. Yeah, back to you.
Absolutely right, sir. And the Indian Army has launched an operation to